How's it going, and welcome back to Wasteland 2 Director's Cut with me, Noble. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring up that some things have changed. I'm going to go ahead and continue. But, if you first off, my beard's a little shorter. I trimmed it up a little bit. It's no longer catching on the magazine pouches here. But, that's not the thing I'm bringing up. If you remember the end of the last video, I said I'm going to play around and test some things out. Well, for starters, I did. And to go through what has changed from last time to this time, first off, I gotta explain that this is character group number 3, not character group 2. This is character group 3. Now, the first team, the ones y'all saw in the last episode, they died. I had a near party wipe in a fight just after I ended the episode. I think the only survivor was the Lady Death there. And so I went, okay, yeah, I clearly didn't set my characters up correctly. So we're going to jump in real quick and I'll show you what happened. Now, as you could probably already tell looking down here, actually, let me go ahead and move this because I just realized that's going to be in the way. I forgot the call thing was over there. But it's a good thing I had it paused so I can actually look around. But first off, I got M4 carbines. I'm going to explain everything that I've done up until this point. Now, this has been several hours of grinding. I will explain that as well. So, first off, we're going to go in, and as you can tell by looking at my inventory, I made my character the medic. He's got surgeon and doctor skills. So, this is my character. Oh, wait, I just realized now it's on this side. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do. So, this is my character. You know what? Yeah, let's just pull me down to the bottom corner for right now because it's just going to get in the way. As you can tell, I got a scope on this, I got a flashlight on this, rifle, I got a lot of things. Basically, I'll explain where I found the rifle too. Otherwise, I'm up to level 8, which is why I decided to do it, because I've gotten 2 perks since then. And, well, in summary, I found a good sweet spot to train in, and that's what I'm going to be bringing up here in just a minute. So, actually, I need to go ahead and move these rifle rounds over to the sniper. Yes, I'll go ahead and move them all over. So, character creation, this is pretty much exactly the same as I left it. With a couple tweaks. Basically, I realized that if I put my next at level 10, which is why I stopped leveling up because I didn't want to hit level 10 yet. When I hit level 10, you get a brand new, excuse me, what's this right? One new attribute point. I'm going to drop it over here, which is going to give me a +1 to my skill points. But I took delayed gratification, which as you can read right here, it says +1 skill each level up after 10. Now remember, at 10, I can take a brand new skill and move from 9 to 10 on this. That means I'll go from, right now I'm taking a -1, so I have less skill points than the other characters. So if I went over to skills, and you look at how this looks right here, and I go look at my sniper, and you can see she's got a lot more. She's got about the same amount down in this area, but she's got an extra level up or 2 in her other skill. And that's a problem in the early game if you're, hey, that's great. But the reason I took this was the, not the drawback, but the benefit of +1 after level 10. So I'll have +1 after level 10 plus +1 after level 10 with this one. And that means I will now be making more points through the rest of the game. So yeah, you're missing, what? You start with choosing your skills level 1. So you're looking at maybe 9 points you're missing out on in the early game. But after level 10, and I believe from what I read, it said you go up to level 40 or somewhere around there. That's 30 levels of extra points. That's 30 extra, well, I guess technically about 60 extra points you can drop into skills. Because you're getting not 1 extra, but 2 extra, because if you take the 10 in intelligence. That's why I went with it. And not just that, I went with 2 characters with just about nearly the same stats. As you can see, their stats are slightly different. I put a little more higher charisma. Only reason I did that is I found out some characters only follow you if you have a certain level of charisma. And, of course, I hadn't found anybody. I literally have not progressed the story past where y'all saw in the last episode. All my training that I'll explain in a few minutes was done in the starting area. So you can take as much time as you want to practice and train up your character. I decided level 8 is as far as I wanted to go on the pregame before we actually get into the meat. I have been known in games in the past when given the option to train up ridiculous amounts. By the way, if you notice, I have 3 skill points per level because of the drawback. So I'll be getting 5 skill points per level after I get level 10. Just for clarification. She's getting 3 and it's permanent. She's getting 3 and it's permanent. And she's getting 3 and it's permanent. So these two are going to have 5 per level. Just bringing that up. Perk-wise, I kind of went with mostly medical stuff. On the mend and this taunt because of my leadership skill to help boost my team up. I think the next one I'll take will probably end up being the trained physician skill. But not sure yet. You have to wait on that one. Weapons, okay. There's another thing you can learn from what I've done is certain enemy types have certain danger levels. And I'll explain that when we get outside of the world map. But as you can see, I actually had secondaries. I'm actually the energy weapons specialist as well. I sold most of my secondary weapons because of one thing. This sniper rifle. This M24 sniper rifle. Look at that damage. When I saw that this sniper rifle was as good as it was, I literally sold almost everything I had in my inventory to make sure that my sniper had the best weapon I could possibly grab. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but if you're willing to, go for it, because I found this on an outside merchant, a world map merchant. Now, I found the Doctor World map merchant almost a half dozen times. I found the explosive merchant once. I found the gun merchant once. And the gun merchant is basically a merchant of death. She rolled up in there with everything I could possibly... I was like, ah! Looking at all these amazing weapons, and I'm like, oh, I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and I looked at the price tag. By the way, this was early. This was probably my 5th fight, fifth pop-up. And I was like, wow, this is incredible. And, I didn't have any items yet. I was still brand new. I made her the explosive specialist as well, but then I found out he gets bonuses to explosives, and I was kind of like, wow, I really probably should have made him secondary explosive. But you know what? I screwed up a little bit. You can take it and leave it however you want. But she's my demolitionist for this game. And I'm not going to go back and start over. I spent too many hours doing that. Now, I did say that before that I was like, oh, I will never use the same weapon. This person will have submachine guns, this person will have shotgun. Yeah, I ran into a problem that the submachine gun users weren't having the range or damage. So I ended up giving both of them rifleman skill. The reason I went with 2 people with rifleman skill, yes, technically she has a rifleman skill as well, but I've been boosting up her blunt weapon skill instead of her rifleman skill. The reason why is they also have not just 5.56, but 7.62 ammo. That's where the change is going to happen. I'm going to have one person specializing 7.62, one specializing in 5.56. Therefore, I can have 2 riflemen with 2 different types of ammunition, so they're not stepping on each other's feet. Now, my training has yielded great results in ammunition, as you can tell. Now, not everybody's having great ammunition, but I have come across, in my learning, of a lot of ammunition for that. I put a scope, a flashlight, and a magazine sturdy mag in this rifle. I put a, looks like scope and magazine sturdy in this one. And I think just scope... Oh, I put a magazine and sturdy also. Okay. So yeah, everybody's got scopes and magazines, which means that I don't have to worry about jams. The sturdy mag, in my opinion, is the best to get because that -4 to jamming. And with a 0% chance of jamming, I don't have to worry about a fight going sideways for me. And the scope means that we're all engaging enemy at much further range. Now, I don't think I've really given her anything yet. Yeah, I haven't put anything on this rifle, so I can ditch it whenever I want to. I'm not selling this because since it's Ace's wrench, I'm pretty sure she'll get upset. So I don't want to do that. And like I said, medic for him. We'll go to skills real quick. So I'm good on the assault rifles, field medic, and surgeon. I did not put any points into surgeon when I started the game up because you have only so many points you can distribute. So it was pretty much not my first but second upgrade I put points into here. Energy weapons, I sold my energy weapons. I don't have one right now, but I need to get another one whenever I can. I haven't put anything into these yet because I haven't really felt that I need to yet. I know this is taking forever. I know. I'm sorry. She is my weaponsmith specialist. I'm going to make her max out on weaponsmithing. That way she can do all my customizations and weapon breakdowns. She's the reason why I have so many scopes and good magazines. Because I've been dumping into this stat. Now, my next skill, next 4 points I'm getting, I'm going to drop into here. Because I really need to start getting sniper up a little bit too. She is my shotgun specialist because I realized, I've also sold my shotgun, that if someone gets close range to her, she has a distinct disadvantage when it comes to sniping. And the shotgun kind of covers that, as well as the explosives. I haven't used too many explosives in the field, but anyway, she's actually my blunt weapon specialist, or blade weapon specialist, but she's also really good in rifles. I actually, probably the next round, I'm going to be putting a point over here. But actually, no, I need to put it over here and get my safe cracking and lock picking up a little higher. She's kind of like a dump character in the sense of, I'm dumping points wherever I can, trying to get them all up at the same time, rather than one specialist in one category. But I generally, as you can tell by her almost cloud sword-looking sign sword here on her hip, she is my backup melee specialist, but she's also a long-range support specialist. So I use her as I see fit. Whether I need her to join with the sniper and my character at long range, or join these two in blunt weapon usage. Blunt and blades. Okay, so he is my blunt weapon specialist. It's taken a while to get him up. Just like her, they're both, she's at 5, he's at 4. But I'm trying to get them to basically be my backbone for backbreaking. He is my stat skills specialist with alarms, toaster repair, computer service. He's basically my electronics expert, where this lady is my kind of manual service. She's got safe cracking, lockpicking, mechanical. Not too bad in the skill set. The reason he has so many, and the reason I have so many, is because, as I mentioned before, with the delayed gratification, I'm going to have the extra points to drop into these skills. So that's why I have so many extra skills. Though, after looking at things, I probably should have done it a little different, where instead of having him as the intelligent one, I should put more points into strength, and maybe made her the intelligent one. That's something, if you want to do it, you could change it. It's up to you, but that's the way I went. So, obviously, I haven't really found any reason to do these two as much yet. I only dropped a few points in there, but I really am trying to get, obviously I sold my heavy weapon off. I've actually sold off several heavy weapons that I found. It's just, I didn't have a use for them at the time. These stats are what she starts with. You don't get a choice on these. You don't get to make her stats. As I said, I dropped extra points into blunt weapons. She has some weaponsmithing skill, which I believe I took Tinkerer with her. But basically, in my opinion, Tinkerer is probably one of the best unlockable you could take in this game. Because it gives you an extra action point in exchange for your skill as a light armor specialist. Pretty good. And it's possible I might take one of these characters, like her, and maybe give her submachine gun or something like that to have as another backup, but it doesn't seem likely for that character since she's already got shotguns and explosives. If anybody, it's probably going to be him again, because I don't have that many heavy weapons available. Ammunition is scarce, so using a heavy weapon is always going to be beneficial. And he's got a blunt weapon, so I kind of feel like I might, for some fights, need a in-the-middle weapon. So I might give him submachine guns or handguns or something like that. But that takes care of our background. Now, first off, I'm going to go over here and show what has happened since there's just the sheer amount of stuff that I've sold from this training regimen I did. First off, you can see all these M4s that I've sold to this lady. I've also sold 2 of these Stinger missile launchers, and this weapon I learned about later, the Mississippi Mule. I didn't realize it. I went and started talking to a guy and found it on accident. Now, once again, we're over here. We got 7.62 and 5.56, the 2 different main rifle categories. So, like I said, my 2 primary riflemen are going to be using 2 different types of ammunition later. But yeah, I still got a decent bit of supplies, good bit of explosives. And this is probably going to be a long episode since I'm doing so much explaining. This is where I got that Mississippi Mule from. It's a musket-type pistol that got converted into a shotgun. This guy, you talk to him, do the hard ass, and he'll give you it. It's like, I could trust you to use that weapon correctly, right? And I'm like, nope. Sold it immediately because I didn't need the extra shotgun. And now I don't have a shotgun, and I'm like, well, maybe I should have kept that after all. I did take an armor upgrade for one character. I'll have to look at that in a minute. You don't get very many options for armor in the very beginning of the game. Which one was it? Her, I think. Yeah. I gave her a leather jacket because it's a light armor. Gives you +2 armor, which is nice, and since she is the intermediary melee character, I decided to give her armor since she doesn't have as much hit points as some of the others. This is, in my opinion, the lightweight training area. You could go over here, but I wouldn't go any higher than like this spot. You know what? I am going to move this back up to... It's not that important to see what's going on up there. But the portrait's a little bit more important, I think. Anyway, I don't know if you can get any fights around here, because I ran around here until I ran out of water, and I didn't get in a single fight. So I don't know, maybe there's no fights around the ranger station. But pretty much from this spot on down to here is pretty much your low-grade, lightweight fights. I'm going to go ahead and move up to fast speed as well. If I get in a fight over here, it's going to... I'll have to explain the danger level also. There we go. Okay, you see how I have a run 100%? You'll probably have, in the very beginning of the game, a run of 75%. That tells you just the level of the enemies you're going up against, in my opinion. If it says 75%, then the enemies are a little tough. They're probably closer to your level. So, in the beginning of the game, this is probably going to be your standard enemies you fight. You can find pistols on them. You can find some low-grade melee weapons. They're at 100% run because they're so weak that I don't find them as a challenge. So, yeah, I'm just going to avoid them because there's no real reason for me to fight them. I'll just be wasting ammo. Once you start getting into this area here, like around the oasis and down this way, it's kind of like your medium training enemies. Now, once again, if you go over here, down here, or over here, down here, it will trigger an event. Do not go there unless you're ready to start the story. If you're going to train in this area or this area. Do not go anywhere else. This is my personal advice. I found that out in my second playthrough. But yeah, this area is kind of like your medium fight zone. This is for early game. This is your, when you're a brand new character, if you feel willing to, you can challenge these guys, and you may come across an enemy that can give you an M4 carbine after defeating them. I'm going to train a little over here, try and show... Come on, there we go. I said that as I clicked the do not fight. I've actually lost out on meeting a merchant once because I did that. I was clicking right because I was at the oasis. I thought it was the, yeah. Another thing to note, the monster enemies, like these guys, these frogs and dogs, they are very much a problem, in my opinion, because you're not getting ammo, items, or weapons back. You're getting a few, like, mishmash animal parts to sell. So, I'm going to go ahead and start setting up my team. Switch you to melee. Put you right here. So I need you to engage. You're melee. I'm going to put you right next to her because you're going to be far more useful in that fight. And I'll put you down here. So go ahead and get these guys in a low position. Give them a little bit more defense and a little bit more damage dealing. My shooter I'm going to put here behind cover. And her, I'm going to put right here. The sniper is, especially with this rifle, the best and deadliest you can have. So, especially early game. So I'm going to use this to try to take out one of the most dangerous threats here, because these guys can steal your guns. The frogs will steal your weapons given the chance. See, look at that. One shot, one kill. You gotta love it. And since I started with the sniper, with the ambush, I also have high enough skill that the sniper is the first to go. Therefore, I get 2 sniper shots at the cost of nothing. 2 shots, 2 kills. Gotta love it. So we're already down nearly half the enemy population. So I'm going to go ahead and end her turn and put everybody on ambush. These are things I've learned since I started playing. These are things I didn't know when I first played. Now, ambush has engaged. Attack that doggy. Dog is dead. Like I said, this was a 75% damage danger level. Originally. So, I'm going to set ambush. Set ambush. I'm going to engage. Now, with the scope, I can aim. Originally, the rifle could probably only shoot about this far, from the car's hood to around the barrel from this position. But since I put the scope on, I get a little extra range. So we're going to go ahead and take the shot. It may not contact. We'll see. It did. Okay, good. Now, I don't have enough points, but we're going to go ahead and end the turn because, you know, we're ready. Now, 82%, Toad is once again the most dangerous of these enemies. I'm going to go ahead and take the shot there and skip this one. Because prioritize your most dangerous enemy, in my opinion. Go ahead and put an ambush on, because hopefully she'll engage it when it passes by. There we go. And hope it's a kill. Nope, it's a miss. You're not always going to get the kill. Eh, you jerk. You know what? I got something for you. Hold still, puppy. Well, that didn't work as well as I had hoped. Not really any other threats to worry about. Hopefully she'll get the kill. Oh, man. Well, I got nothing for you. I'll put you on Overwatch. Oh, man, that sucked. How about we pull out a little bit? That red was that skill of mine that I told you I took the taunt one. It's very beneficial in downgrading your enemy's chance to hit. So, as you can see by these points, we're up to 135. That's a lot of points early in the game to get. It'll help you level up. That yellow bar is your level. It'll help you level up real quick getting in fights with animals, but that's the only advantage because you waste ammo but get nothing back. So personally, I recommend not fighting these animals when given the chance. I even tried to skip out on the fight, but still ended up getting hit. But, yeah. You can see I got toad eyes and probably a foot or something. I got a pelt. The items aren't worth it. If you get the option to run from the animals. Because even though they give you more credit for leveling up because of the fact there's a lot more animals usually than humans, it's not really worth it in the long run for the supplies wasted versus supplies gained. At least when I fought humans, I had the option of getting medical supplies. You don't get any medical supplies or any ammunition for these animals. So, next off, we've already seen this was a medium level encounter. This isn't extremely dangerous, but it was a medium level. And I'm going to go ahead and refill my water. Yes, I'd like to refill my canteens. See, the yes for canteens is on the right side. Most of the time, the yes is on the left side, except for that. And it throws you off if your muscle memory says yes is right, because then you end up hitting no, and it's skipping out on something good, like that merchant that was right. I picked him up like right where that little white marker is right here. So I didn't quite hit the oasis, but I hit the merchant right there. Thought it was the oasis, clicked yes in the wrong spot, and lost the merchant. It's one of those, I was like, I almost rage quitted. This up here, in my opinion, is from above this cache. In this spot, it's your danger zone. This is your level 3 kind of fights. This is where you'll get the most M4 carbines. This is how I outfitted my team. This is how I had all that extra money to buy stuff with. Is I just went around in this area and trained over and over and over until I hit the level 8 that I'm at now. You can do whatever you want. Now you see this says run at 50. Now remember the animals were 75 and the guys down there were 100. This was a level 25 when I started the game. That was a big danger zone. This was I clicked it to run. I didn't get away. I found out exactly what I was up against. This is why I have so many explosives and M4s, is because there's demolitionists, there's dogs, and there's guys with M4 carbines. And they will mess your world up if you're not ready. I would not recommend doing this until you at least hit level 4. So we are going to fight them. This is the end of the demonstration phase of my little gameplay here. This is pretty much explains everything that I've learned so far to help you, if there's any new players who haven't played this game before, get a leg up on the game. Okay, so we're in the low zone. I have learned that coming over here is the best spot, in my opinion, for dealing with these guys. So, you know, you probably have your own tactics if you've played this game before. I'll put my rifleman over here because he's pretty darn good. Put him low. Change my sniper, put her here. Now the reason I'm putting these two here is they're going to cover the low spot as well as the high spot. So if any enemies, I think there's at least one over here, comes running this way, they'll snipe them. And with a high elevation, they have a much higher chance of hitting them. So I'll put my rifleman lady, she's both, remember, blades and rifles. So I'll put her back on rifle and put her as a defender. And I'll have my two melee combatants stationed next to her just in case things go sideways and we need to get in close. It does happen every once in a while that a rifleman will get holed up in this spot, like where this guy's standing right now. He is a rifleman. He's got an M4. And he is a danger spot to us. So if someone gets holed up in these buildings, I generally have to rush them. Now remember, she's also an explosives expert, my sniper. And I am close enough to toss explosives in this spot. So... c'est magnifique. Excellent work. So we're going to go ahead and take the pop shot. That was a kill. Good, we got him out of the way. And then I'm going to, I guess I can't move her back over. I'm going to put her on ambush. Which means if someone comes running this way or someone comes running this way, with that scope, she has, I believe she can aim to about right here right now. So around there. So we're going to put you on ambush for no reason. Okay, see, Sniper is going to go ahead and take this guy out. He is the explosives guy. He's the lobber. He's probably the most dangerous here. If you have a chance to kill the lobber first, do it. If in this position where I have all my people, this could be a complete team wipe with a stick of dynamite. It's not very good. You don't want to do that. So now that she's out of ammo, my character is going to be backing her up by going on Overwatch as well with an ambush. And she's going to support with an ambush. So I got two riflemen. He can guarantee to shoot down here. She can guarantee to shoot up here. That's why I put them in the positions I did. Alright, so now she's back, because then she has such a quick turnaround with her, has such a quick turnaround with her load order. She gets a second turn, so now I can put her on Overwatch again. Now I have two people watching low, one person watching high, with a backup watching high. And these are just, like I said, these are just things that I've done to level up quickly in this game. I'm just giving the enemies a chance to move up, because I'm certain they are. If they're not, this will be a first time. Okay. They're not moving up. This guy is locked himself down, and these two are hiding. This is a first time. I've never seen them lock themselves down like this. Which means I must be scary enough that they don't want to engage with me. Alright, so we're going to start moving our team up to more defensible positions. Put you on Overwatch. I'll move you up to the building. My melees, I'll move up as well. Actually, just pull you over a little bit. Just in case the enemy goes low, I'll keep you guys low. I still got to move you up, but she already got her second turn before you, so... put you over here, and then I'll move you up. See, I can't tell from the silhouette what they are yet. Yeah, I can't... oh, yeah, it just says cover. I can't tell what the enemy is. I keep hearing a dog growl. It could be the dog. It could be another rifleman. We got two people left. They're probably both riflemen. I'm going to bet that's the dog. Just guessing. So, what do we got? Oh, it was a man by the sound of the audible yell. Alright. Since we have more than likely a chance to engage someone over here, I don't want to go too far that he can't reach, so we'll go right here. and go ambush. She's got my rifle, but I'm going to swap weapons back to melee and put her here. Ah, it's a pipe-wielding soldier, a basher. And there's the dog. So we got 2 melees coming this way. It's probably a very good idea that I moved my melee fighters into that position. Alright. It's not a good positioning, but we got some positioning. Sniper took him out. I'm going to want him to walk around us. So, yeah, I'll put him here. Try to help increase our chances of killing the enemy. You know, this doesn't look like much of a dangerous fight because I've got so much better weapons. These pipes I got from the bashers like this guy. The M4s I got from riflemen like this guy. The only reason I'm outfitted as well as I am is because I've been fighting these guys like non-stop after I hit level 4. Once I learned that this area was a sweet spot for good equipment, I've been hitting this non-stop. Oh, weapon jam. Haha. You should have took the weapon magazine increase like I did. Bad puppy. Yeah, go and take your loot. Hey, look at that dog collar from a cuddly puppy. Yeah, that's such a cuddly puppy, right? I'm going to get her moving down just in case we can't engage this enemy. Kind of, you know, flank him from behind if need be. Yeah, I can't hit him from there, so I'm going to move up. 92%. Yeah, he's guaranteed dead from this point. I normally wouldn't waste the ammo for that sniper rifle, but I don't want to prolong this any longer than I have to, because this is, once again, kind of a demonstration. Always make sure to reload your weapon after a fight, too. Don't ever end up in a... Now, see, I have 158. The other was like, what, 120? So this fight will give you more credit, but unlike the animal fight, this fight gives you guns and ammunition. Look, see? I've already picked up an M4 carbine off the first enemy soldier I found. And I got a good bit of ammo. Now, I did take a ammo scrounging skill that I put on her. But, yeah. This is pretty much standard issue, in my opinion, from these infantrymen. So, let's go ahead and hit the rest of these guys and grab their loot. This is our basher. We'll see what we get off of him. May not be much. May not get a pipe or anything. We got a badge worth 5, and we got 8 scrap. So, not a lot, but some. This is our other rifleman. Another M4 and more ammunition. Once again, this is the sweet spot if you want to train. And, of course, here's our explosives guy. Now, he doesn't have anything on him, but a lot of times, you'll get dynamite off of these guys. And this is where I got all this. Now, obviously, I've used like 2 pieces of dynamite. I got 1 pipe bomb off of one guy, and like I said, the rest were dynamite. And, you know, it's not every time. But, I mean, this fight I got 2 M4s. 2 brand new M4 carbines, which are worth 93 sold. Or I could turn them into scrap with my high-skilled sniper and get parts off of them. Which is probably what I'm going to do, is strip them down for parts. Because my money is 1,644. That's after purchasing large amounts of medical supplies. That's after purchasing extra body armor and better weapons. This is a good idea if you're playing this for the first time. If you want ideas, this is a good one. So I'm actually going to put these weapons over in her inventory real quick. Alright, I can't do that yet. You cannot save in game. I learned that, unfortunately. I maybe mod the game, you can save in it. You can only save outside. So whenever you end up ending a fight positively, you win. Hit that X, hit that save, and save. Now you can F9 to auto save, but you can only do that. I'm gonna hit F9 real quick. There you go. See the save icon? It's a quick save, but you know, if you don't want to waste it, whatever. So I'm going to head back here, grab some water, and we're getting out of here. Found an oasis, fill the canteens? Yes, I will. So yeah, you can buy a lot of sniper rifle ammo because it's the one you run out of first. And come up here, train, come down here, refill your water. Come back up here, train, come back down here, fill up your water. Until you run almost out of ammunition, because you need to keep some. Maybe like when it says no ammo left to reload your weapon, that's the time you need to start making your way back down here and sell off whatever you picked up loot-wise. So I'm probably going to end this episode at this place, the Ranger Citadel, and just, you know, call the episode there, because this episode is almost just explanation for what I've learned. Tips and advice for you to advance your gameplay if you decide to play it. Now, there's a good chance you have played this game hundreds of times, and you're like, no, you should never have done this, you shouldn't have done that. Oh, I can't believe you chose those stats. You know what? This is my first time playing the game. Actually, technically, it's my third character build, but first time playing it as you see it. And I'm learning everything new. You know, the character choices, like I said, I would change these two characters' stats a little bit. You know, make her the skill specialist along with me, and have this guy as just the heavy brawler. That'd probably be the only change I would do from this current build I did. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with this current situation. And no, I did not kill the goat this time. Matter of fact, I never even touched the goat. I know. You gotta believe me. I never touched her. That was a strange, strange movie. You're tearing me apart. But yeah, get on back, head on over, talk to your friendly merchant, sell off your ridiculous large amount of M4 carbines for good, quick cash. Yeah, maybe I should buy that rocket launcher back. I have no heavy weapons. I'm kind of screwed when it comes to heavy weapons right now. Sell your junk. If you need to get a quick look at all your inventory, you can bring that up. Buy, sell, and trade as you see fit. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. So thank everybody for coming and joining me. And I will see you all next time. Be safe. And, oh, before I forget, if you like it, hit that like, subscribe for future content. If you like it also, leave a comment below. I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.